hot off the press, just out of the oven, new to the market. Just last week, Sweetwater, which is a community by MI Homes, just opened up in Lakewood Ranch. So in mid-March of 2022. So there is a lot of future opportunity in this community, whether you're watching this video in March or April of 22, or you're watching in March of 2023. So this is a baby community, brand new. So let me introduce you to Sweetwater. Hi, I'm Jill Thomas, and I'm here to help. MI Homes is grown out of central Ohio, and it is now in about maybe a half dozen states. The M stands for Melvin, which was my grandfather's name by chance, and the I stands for Irving. They were cousins, and they started MI Homes. Now, that might be what the M and the I stand for, but in Jill's opinion, I really like MI Homes. It stands, I think, for a quality build. And what I also like about it is that the floor plans are slightly different. I mean, with really almost all builders, there's a lot of common elements, which are popular because that's what's in demand today, that are woven throughout all of their floor plans. It doesn't matter who you're looking at, but there's something a little different about MI that always catches my eye. They just do it just slightly different, and I kind of like it. So maybe you will too. So here are 4 things I want you to know about Sweetwater, built by MI Homes. Number 1, let's talk about the location. Now, I already said it is in Lakewood Ranch. So it is off of Eline Road. And I think I'm saying that correctly. I always double check whenever I'm in Lakewood Ranch talking to the sales agents there, and I just can't remember because the spelling's a little different. But it's off of Eline Road between State Road 70 and State Road 64. Now, this is a lot farther east in Lakewood Ranch because we've got Lakewood Ranch Boulevard, and then farther east is Lorraine, and then Eline. So it is out there. Now, about 2 years ago, I had somebody who had a condo done in Lakewood National. And at the time, there wasn't a whole lot out there. And there's still a lot of pasture and empty land out in that direction. But I had assured them that there would be a lot more residential and commercial being built in that area. And boy, no one disappointed me. They didn't prove me wrong at all. There is so much happening in that area. So even though you might be farther out there, you are farther from the beaches, things like that. Don't think you're going to get to the beach like in 30 minutes or less. It's going to probably take longer than that. But in terms of a great location to the downtown area of Lakewood Ranch, Waterside, of course, just getting on I-75. We're near Lakewood Ranch Medical Center. There's a Costco that's not terribly far away. People always ask about that. Where's the Costco in relation to all of this? The Costco's not too far away. So it's just a good location as long as you don't want to be, within 20 minutes to the beach. But otherwise, it's just everything's big, beautiful, and new in that area. Number 2, the amenities. So Sweetwater is going to have some very sweet amenities there for you. And I think it's kind of funny how the builders keep kind of changing the language of some of the amenities just to make it sound a little bit more zazzy. I don't know. I think it's kind of funny, just like it's not spec homes anymore. It's inventory homes or showcase homes. They keep changing up the words just to make it sound really special. But anyway, here we go. This is what you can expect to have at Sweetwater when it's all said and done. There is going to be a resort style pool and pavilion, which I get a lot of people asking about resort style pools. So they're going to have that there, and a pavilion. There's going to be a clubhouse. There is going to be a social hall and cafe. So social hall, that's a newer term for me there. A playground. There's going to be a festival lawn and an amphitheater. And I think that's just their way of saying there's outdoor spaces for events and things like that. A fitness studio, a pump track. I'm not sure what that is. I'll have to look that one up. Basketball courts and pickleball courts. So those are all of the activity related amenities that are going to be in Sweetwater. A few other things I do want to point out to you about what you can or can't do in Sweetwater. You can actually have a fence in there. Sometimes these new communities, they're very limited on what you can do in terms of fencing, but you can actually have one of those 4-foot tall, what they look like wrought iron fences, not that they're really wrought iron, on any of the properties, including those that are on the water. And the gal even told me that you can have a privacy fence if you're backed up to another home. So you can have one of the regular, more private fences. You can have up to 2 dogs with no breed or weight restrictions. There's going to be gas in this community. I get that asked a lot too. They want to be in a gas community. It will be gated. And if I understand the language correctly on some of the paperwork that I received, it is going to be maintenance free in terms of your lawn. Like they're going to come and mow your lawn. They're probably not going to come and do all your little flower beds and everything for you, but at least just mow. So that's sort of a nice feature as well. So there's going to be a lot of very nice things going on in Sweetwater. Now, if you're new to my channel, let me introduce myself. My name is Jill Thomas, and I have lived in Florida for over 30 years now. And each week I bring videos about what it's like to live here in the Sunshine State, and then in particular, Sarasota, Bradenton area. And of course, I talk about real estate. So if you have been thinking about making a move, moving in or out of the area, or moving around the area maybe, then this is the channel for you. So be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and of course, if you like this video, tap that little like button as well. That would be awesome. And then when you have some questions, if there's anything else I can do for you, then please give me a call, text, or email me. I'm here to help. Making a move is a really big decision, and sometimes it's just better to talk to somebody one-on-one before you put your house on the market, and you work your way down here. You just don't want to be caught off guard by anything, or maybe you'll be pleasantly surprised by some things. Number 3, let's talk about the homes. Now, when it's all said and done, there are going to be 500 properties or front doors in Sweetwater. Of those, 168 are going to be villas, and 332 of those are going to be single family homes. So with a neighborhood of 500 properties, that is a really nice size. Some of the newer communities now are over 1,000, a couple thousand, or if there's several builders in there as well, they can get quite large. So this is really a nice size place. It's not tiny where there's only maybe 100 or so, 120 homes, but not so big where there's 1,200. So 500 is a really sweet spot in Sweetwater. Now, today I'm going to talk more about the single family homes than I am the villas. Now, with the homes, there are 2 series. And if you've watched any of my other builder spotlight videos, you've known that a lot of these builders will have a different series of homes and they name them. So here in Sweetwater, we've got River and the Spring series. So what that means is there's just going to be some differences between the size of the lots that are available for each series, the floor plans, and then certain other aspects of it. So let me break that down between the River and the Spring series here in Sweetwater. First of all, the River series, all their lots are going to be 50 feet wide, and all of the homes are going to have 2-car garages. That's it. So you can't upgrade to a 3-car garage. It is going to be a 2-car garage home. There are actually 7 different floor plans, which is pretty generous. So that's lots of opportunity in there in terms of picking out a house that might be a good fit for you. Now, currently, they're only selling inventory homes, or like we traditionally would call a spec home, which means that they're going to pick the lot, they're going to pick the floor plan, and they're going to pick everything on the inside, all the finishes, everything, structural changes. And then they're going to get the house started. And at some point, they're going to release that home to potential buyers. And it's a take it or leave it type of thing. Now, why are they doing that? Why are they doing inventory homes versus you being allowed to pick the lot, pick the house, pick everything? Well, for a couple of reasons. First of all, they're trying to control prices and kind of get that nailed down a little bit better. So if they do it and then they release it at a certain time, they have a better idea of what the pricing should be. So they're not overcharging you, but then they're not losing money either. And then also with some of the supply chain issues, they don't have a lot of homes that are half started and they're waiting on things. It's just more about control and being able to have a smoother process. Now, some buyers like it like this because they go, hey, I don't have to wait so long, and other people don't care for it as much. The current pricing for the homes in the River series is between $600,000 and $800,000 when it's all said and done. This isn't just the base price. This would include the base price of the house, the lot, and all of the finishes, so the complete package. And this will not include any swimming pools at all. Now, the Spring series is a little bit larger. So with the River series, all the lots were 50 feet wide. We're going a little bit bigger now. These homes are going to sit on 60-foot wide lots, and they're all going to have 3-car garages. In the Spring series, they're going to sell both inventory homes and then homes that you can choose everything. So there's going to be a combination in there. So if you want to go gangbusters with really making a fabulous house, you have that opportunity to do that in the spring series. Now, if you do want to go that route and choose everything yourself, then everything's broken down and we have to keep adding prices on top of prices, money on top of money. Currently, the base price of these homes will run anywhere from like $530 in the low fives up to about $705, somewhere in the low sevens. So you have that. Then you have to add the price of the lot, and then all of those changes, all those fabulous things that you get to pick out. So then the price goes up from there. So don't think it just goes from 500 to 700. Oh yeah, I'll take one of those homes. No, you got to add and add and add. Right now, the lot prices in there are running anywhere from about $10,000 to as much as $80,000, which really isn't too bad because Sapphire Point, which is almost across the street from Sweetwater, I mean, it's just down the road a bit, but across the street, their lots, you're gonna be spending over $100,000. So at least right now, the lot prices are a little bit more reasonable, that they're under $100,000. So you got the base price of the house, then you add the price of the lot, and of course, the prices of the lots vary based on view. If you're backed up to somebody else, it's going to be a less expensive lot. If you have a fabulous water view, that's going to be a more expensive lot. And then add on to that price also all your structural changes. So and your design choices. So in the end, whatever the base price is, you could easily add on another $150,000 to get the final price tag. And then of course you can buy one of the inventory homes as well. And currently those prices, what they have available is between $700,000 and $900,000. Now keep in mind, I just want to keep reminding you that those are the prices today. So if you're watching this video 3 or 4 or 5 months from now, prices very much will be different. But this is what it is today. But again, just to give you an idea of what it is, because sometimes people get excited thinking maybe they can get a house for $400,000 or $500,000, and that's not going to happen here. Really, almost anywhere in Lakewood Ranch, that's not going to happen. Now, how do you get a house? Well, again, if you've watched any of my other videos about new construction, you know that these builders are doing all different methods of selling these properties. Maybe you just have to get on a waiting list and they just go start at the top and they work their way through that list. Some of them, they say, here's a lot available, and you have to bid on the lot, and the highest and best, gets that lot, then they can build their home. MI Homes is doing something different that I've not heard of before. They're actually doing a lottery system. So basically your name goes in a hat and they pull it out. Now I did ask the sales agent, I said, well, are you doing anything to shorten that list at all? Like, do people have to get pre-approved with your lender? Or sometimes they want to hold a $5,000 check or something like that. She said, nope, nothing like that. Your name just goes in the hat, and then we pull so many every month. And if you want one of those properties that become available, you can take it. If you don't, we stick your name back in the hat. So that's essentially how it's working right now. Again, this can change at any time. This is a method they're using today. Now with the villas, I don't have a lot of information on those right now. I can tell you that there are 2 different floor plans for them, and typically the villas are going to run less than the single family homes. So if at the low end, a home might be, like in the, let's see, the spring series, the low end, the homes start at 500 and then you add and add and add. So with the villas, it could be, maybe they start in the 4s, and typically the properties are a little bit less expensive and they're a little bit smaller, so the price is a bit more manageable. Okay, number 4, other costs. So of course, to have these nice amenities and different things, it's not free, right? Especially if they do mow your yard, that would be an incredible benefit. So let's talk about what those costs are. Now, the prices are slightly different, or the fees are slightly different between the 2 series that you're in, but not by much. And also, please know, I just rounded the numbers up. So if you looked at the price sheet today, you'd go, oh, Jill, Jill didn't say this right. I'm just rounding them up to keep the numbers kind of simple. And who knows, in the future, they could go up anyhow. First of all, with the River series, the monthly dues are $215 a month. And then there are CDD fees, and those are the fees that are tacked on top of your property taxes. So you pay the CDD fees when you pay your property taxes. Your HOA dues is usually like a quarterly expense. And if you're in the River series, you're paying $1,735 per year. And then when you go to close, there's some other one-time fees, which isn't unusual with new construction. And in this case, it's $625, which honestly, That's a little bit on the low end. Sometimes I've seen it where they're $2,000 or $3,000. So that's not a bad price for all of that. Now the spring series is just a smidge more money per month. It's $220 a month. And then the CDD fees are $1,933 a year. And then again, you have that $625 to pay at closing. So with lawn maintenance included, that's usually at least $120 a month. I would say $120 a month to have somebody just come and mow and trim and do the basic things for you. So that's really pretty good price for everything that is included in Sweetwater. So what do you think of Sweetwater? Is it sweet to you? Can you see yourself living there? What do you think about this community? I'm sorry I didn't have a lot of real life video for this community because it was just so new. There's nothing to take video of unless I just want to take a bunch of empty land. I mean, they're definitely starting homes because of those inventory homes, but there wasn't a whole lot to look at yet, and they haven't started the amenity center. So there's nothing super fancy for me to show you at this point, but it is good for you to know because to get your name on that list now for the lotto would be a real big help if you are interested in buying. I do know one of the sales agents there at Sweetwater pretty well. She was at another community here in Sarasota where I've got a nice couple who are building. So I can call on her at any time. I can text her if there's other questions. So if there's something else you'd like to know about Sweetwater, let me know because I do have connections there, as I do with a lot of the communities, not all of them because there's so many out there, but I do work hard to have a nice relationship with different sales agents, with different builders in all of these communities, because it really does help with the process and with trying to get people kind of shuffled through the list, get you through the line. And sometimes there's unique opportunities that pop up in some communities, and I'll see sales agents reach out to me or send me an email. Hey, Jill, we got this right now. Like, do you have somebody? So I do work on those relationships. And please note, you can use a real estate agent with new construction. It doesn't cost you a penny more or because you do that. And so you've got somebody else looking out for you all the time and helping you out through the process. Well, guys, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a great day. Take care.